Desmond Miles returns to consciousness in a strange place. It appears coastal, but it's not of his world. But he still remembers. He remembers approaching the apple hidden by Ezio beneath Rome, him being compelled to move towards his friend Lucy Stillman, the person he trusted most.
No!
His hidden blade, piercing her skin.
It is done.
She must be dead. He used this blade many times as Altair, as Ezio, but why? Why had the apple made him do it? Why had Juno?
You know very little. We must guide you.
He also remembers that voice. A voice he knows well. William.
Put him back in the machine. It's the only way to fix this.
This strange world is the Animus.
Hello?
He is in here to keep him alive.
Rebecca, get me out of here.
The assassins in 2012 can't hear Desmond. They can't record in this part of the Animus, but Desmond can hear them. Rebecca Crane and Sean Hastings are dealing with the aftermath of Desmond's collapse and burying their friend, Lucy Stillman.
Were they close? I mean, closer than friends?
This new voice, William, is there to help.
There was the occasional misty-eyed moment, but
She liked him, Bill. That's what she told me.
things got so fucked up so fast.
Are you at the airport?
Yeah, we're chartering a jet. Are you coming?
Yes, yeah. I'll be there soon.
For now, this is none of Desmond's concern. It seems he is stuck here, but he's not alone. For the first time, he is able to put a face to someone he knows so well.
Just walk right past me.
Subject 16. The man that left the symbols in blood, the breadcrumbs throughout Italy guiding us, sharing the truth. He is dead. Of course he is. This is just his consciousness. What is he doing here? But for now, Desmond has other questions.
What is this place?
We're in the guts of the Animus, the original test program. No memories here, just basic physics, weather simulations. For now, the Animus is keeping all your ancestors from collapsing into one big mess. But if you can't find a sync nexus, all those personalities will smash together.
A sync nexus. That is what Desmond is to attain if he is to free himself and get back to his body.
There, that thing is your way out.
Through that door are unfinished memories. If Desmond can synchronize with them, he can attain a sync nexus and link back up with the real world.
I keep the Animus distracted as best I can. For you, so you can explore. Finish what you started until your ancestor has nothing left to show you.
And one of those ancestors is Ezio Auditore da Firenze. If you enjoy this video, leave a like. If you're not subscribed, make sure you are, and hit the bell and enable notifications to be informed of the next video in this series. And thank you to my patrons whose contributions make series like this possible. If you're interested in joining them to support me in creating these videos full time, head over to my Patreon page in the link in the card or in the description below. This is the 4th installment in this series, and you can view the previous 3 in the playlist below. I'm the Patient Wolf, and this is the story of Assassin's Creed Revelations. The year is 1511. Ezio Auditore is now 51. He has seen to the Borgia threat in Italy. He has revitalized the Assassin Order through his mentorship, and almost a year ago he set out on a journey for truth. His father Giovanni sought the same truth. Ezio had a letter written a year before his birth where his father spoke of a library, a font of ancient wisdom hidden beneath the old home of the Levantine assassin, the old home of his ancestor Altair ibn Lahad, Masyaf Castle. As he ascends the walls, he senses his ancestor with every step as he touches every stone. Ezio won't recognize this hallway, these shelves, this desk, but Desmond will. As Altair, he met the shamed Al-Mualim him many times. The assassins no longer call this place their home. Altair saw to that. They do not shutter themselves in grand castles. They live amongst the people and cultures they are trying to protect. Ezio had already been in Masyaf for a while. He had met the new occupants, the Templars. They were here for the same reason they knew of the library. He met them on the road and at the gates, and as their captain Leandros put the rope around Ezio's neck and walked him to the ramparts. But in 30 years as an assassin, he had escaped worse. Ezio knew of the library through knowledge passed through his assassin lineage, but how did the Templars know? As Ezio plunges beneath the castle, they had found the door too. A workman employed by the Templars.
It took me a year to find this chamber, and for the past 3 months I've been trying to break through this door.
There are keyholes here. Where are the keys?
These Templars found one beneath the Ottoman Sultan's palace. As for the others, I suppose the little book will tell them.
What book?
The captain of this Templar endeavour has it. Ezio chases him down.
Niccolo Polo's journal? This will do you no good. We have found one of the Masyaf keys already, and are closing in on the rest. You can have Altair's books, Ezio. We only want directions to the location of the Grand Temple.
Grand Temple? Tell me more, now.
Both Ezio and Desmond knew there were multiple temples or vaults with hidden secrets of the old ones within, but never one given the moniker of Grand. How did the Templars find out about the vault? Perhaps it was through this book, a journal written by the famed merchant and explorer Niccolo Polo. A record of the life and teachings of the Levantine mentor Altair, who persuaded Niccolo to join the order. The door to Altair's library is opened by 5 keys. One of these keys was found beneath the Sultan's palace in Constantinople. This adventure is far from over, and with Niccolo Polo's journal in hand, he will use the journey to the heart of the Ottoman Empire to perhaps glean more clues about these elusive Masyaf keys. Ezio does not know what exactly the library holds, but he does know he must keep it from the hands of the Templars, who already have one key. Others are surely not far behind. Ezio arrives by boat to Constantinople. On his journey, he befriends a young man, a student. He learns of this new city.
A magnificent sight.
It is a work in progress.
Constantinople, or Istanbul to some, on the cusp of the border between Europe and Asia. It is infused with multiple cultures and a funnel for valuable trade of all kinds since the Ottomans won the city from the hands of the Byzantines in 1453. Under Ottoman rule, the city flourished and became one of tolerance, affluence and vibrancy.
Constantinople is a city for all kinds and creeds. Students like me or travelers such as yourself.
Alighting the boat, having made a new acquaintance, he immediately has the opportunity to make another.
You are the man I long to meet. Renowned master and mentor, Ezio Auditore.
This is Yusuf Tazim, and news of Ezio's exploits in the Holy Land have travelled at a quicker clip than himself.
Come, I will show you around.
Yusuf is the head of the Ottoman Brotherhood of Assassins. They have lived in relative peace here in the city, but in recent years, the Byzantines have risen up under a Templar banner. They know not who leads them, or what their endgame is, but they have been a thorn in the shoe of the assassins for some time. There are 2 sons, both boasting a claim to their father Bayezid's sultanship. Ahmet holds the strongest claim, and his brother Selim is abroad battling with the Sultan to take that right by force. With the Sultan away, the Byzantine Templars may see this as the best opportunity in years to take back power.
Watch.
But the Ottoman guards are far from pushovers.
Byzantium is dead, as are you.
Despite over 30 years as an assassin, Ezio yearned to learn more of how they do things here in the Ottoman Brotherhood.
Ezio, where is your hook blade? You've never seen one?
After years fighting the Borgia, he wished he had. The old dog delighted in this new trick that aided him to climb faster, swing farther, zip down wires and make quick departures from unwanted conflict. Worn on the opposite arm to the hidden blade, it would become a crucial part of Ezio's arsenal.
My brothers in Roma would like this.
That's not all they would like. Due to the city's position in the trade routes between the continents, the assassins would learn of many inventions from afar, and borrowed from the Chinese, Ezio would learn to wield bombs. Not only to kill, but also to entice and distract.
There they go.
Almost forgetting his higher purpose, Ezio was glad to be amongst this new brotherhood, learning and using his new skills to defend and win back the assassin strongholds dotted around the city. His work would have an effect on these areas. The inhabitants would stop cowering in terror, and trade would begin to flourish. Blacksmiths, tailors, and bookshops. The city was a true place of learning and improvement, and Ezio experiences a fervour that belies his years. He feels alive once more. Indeed, working with Yusef, he would select and promote the most promising assassins to become masters of their own den, and mentor them as he did those in Rome, in the psychology and practicalities of being a master assassin.
Until you are properly trained, I will not let you go head-to-head with a killer as deadly as this man.
He had always been a natural leader, ever since his carefree days in Florence, but the practice of nurturing and guiding young talent and seeing them succeed in important tasks was what he valued most about his role as mentor. After helping to restore some sense of order in the city, he turns his attention to finding the former trading post of Niccolo Polo and continuing his search for the Masyaf keys. Yusef knows where to start.
Speak with a man named Piri Reyes in the bazaar. He can point you in the right direction.
Piri Reyes.
The famed cartographer and navigator is an assassin and part of the Ottoman Order.
The old polo shop. It's just west of Hagia Sophia.
He leaves Piri for the trading post. It is now a bookshop.
Buongiorno, please come in.
And the woman running it, Ezio recognizes immediately. He noticed her while conversing with a young student on arriving into the city, like now, carrying books.
I am Ezio Auditore.
Sofia Sartor, have we met?
We have now.
Sofia hails from Italy but grew up in Constantinople, and now, due to her love of the written word, sources and prints rare books to sell in her shop. Ezio, under the guise of perusing these tomes, uses his skill to source a hidden door.
Have you found anything interesting? Incredibile. Where does it lead?
Why don't we find out?
It leads to an underground cistern, lost to time but not lost to the Templars, who are on the hunt for their next Masyaf key. They are searching blind. Ezio has eagle vision, a factor Niccolo Polo was counting on when hiding the keys. Working through the Templars, Ezio finds the chamber to the first Masyaf key and a map that offers more clues to the remaining 3 keys still unfound.
What did you find?
Something that may interest you.
Mio Dio, che meraviglia! And here is my shop.
Perhaps it was her passion, her beauty, or deep knowledge of the area and the written word, but Ezio opened up to her and sought her help.
Strange symbols, and these are titles of books. Rare books! A few of these have not been seen for more than a millennium.
Niccolo Polo hid these books around the city. This map should tell us where. From what I can tell, I need to find these 3 books first. They may contain clues to locate the rest of these.
I must admit, my head is swimming with the prospect of seeing these books. This is knowledge the world has lost, and must have again.
The mystery has taken hold of her. He couldn't stop her helping now, even if he wanted to.
It is a joy to see someone with a passion so personal and noble. It is inspiring.
She will decipher the location of the books. Ezio leaves to investigate the nature of this first key. What is it? What information does it hold? He heads back to the assassin headquarters to find out.
The markings on this key are familiar. I have seen its kind before. Just like the Apple of Eden. Ancient technology from the first civilization.
The key holds a memory. The memory of Altair over 300 years before. Altair is 24. This is new to Desmond. He joined Altair's memories after this point. Altair arrives in Masyaf. The home of the Templars is being invaded by Crusaders. A Templar had infiltrated the Brotherhood and now held Al-Mu'lim and others prisoner, all about to die.
We can do nothing for him now.
Abbas sees little hope. Altair sees different.
When I close the castle gate, flank the Crusaders in the village and drive them into the canyon.
You don't stand a chance!
Abbas, no mistakes.
The plan was the right one. Altair saves the assassins and his mentor, Al-Mu'lim.
You fit your father's shoes as if they had been tailored to your feet.
I did not know him well as a father.
You too were born into this order. Do you regret it?
How can I regret the only life I've ever known?
That was all. Just a fragment of time, a fleeting memory.
But what is Altair trying to tell us, I wonder?
As Ezio experiences this memory, so too does Desmond. He is slowly synchronizing his ancestors' memories, working towards this sync nexus. While Sophia discerns the map, Ezio needs to work on finding the recovered key held by the Templars. It was found underneath Topkapi Palace. He needs to make some acquaintances inside the royal court. It's his best chance to find out more. He sees that chance as the assassins hear rumour of a planned Templar attack on the young Prince Suleiman, son to Selim, recently returned to the city.
If they do strike, it will be tonight at a cultural exposition the prince has organized.
To protect him, they need disguises. Their best bet is as entertainers. Ezio looks to source the clothes of minstrels.
Minstrels from Italia. I am going to enjoy this.
Find that.
They don the outfits, enter the palace and await the arrival of the prince.
Suleiman, the Sultan's grandson and governor of Kefe.
The young man on the boat was no mere student. Ezio was sailing with royalty.
And who is that?
His uncle, Shehzade Ahmed.
Sharafek.
Despite his father and Prince Ahmed's dispute over the throne, Suleiman is fond of his uncle. Suleiman sits in council to Ahmed and sees his uncle as a mentor and source of wisdom. As Suleiman circulates amongst his guests, Ezio is there to stem the Templar attack on his acquaintance from the boat.
It is a relief to see you again.
Are you injured?
Who is your captain soldier?
Tariq Balete.
Summon Tariq to the divan.
These soldiers are known as Janissaries. The Sultan's elite soldiers, trained warriors, fiercely loyal to the crown and inordinately influential as to who wears it.
Ezio, do you have some time to spare? I would like your opinion on something.
Ezio was to listen in on the debriefing between the prince, his uncle, and the leader of the Janissaries, Tariq Barleti. How was this attack able to take place?
An inexcusable failing, Effendim. I will conduct a full investigation.
I will conduct the investigation, Tariq.
Tariq Bey, a word.
Ahmed suggests that the attack was to make his stewardship of the city look weak.
I am not depraved enough to imagine the conspiracy you accuse me of.
What have I done to earn such contempt from the Janissaries?
Prince Ahmed is favoured by the Sultan to succeed the throne, but not by the Janissaries. They prefer the warring guile of his brother Selim.
You make a decent philosopher, Ahmed, but you will be a poor sultan.
They leave.
Your uncle lacks sway over the men he will soon command.
There is a rift in the power centre of the Ottoman Empire. What role are the Byzantine Templars playing in this? They need to find out more.
Where should we begin?
For now, keep an eye on Tariq and his Janissaries. They spend much of their free time in and around the bazaar.
Ezio finds the Janissaries and Tariq and tails him to a rendezvous.
He's waiting by the arsenal gate.
An eager old weasel, isn't he?
He is meeting Manuel Paleologos, flanked by a menacing masked man. Manuel, one of the last surviving members of the Byzantine lineage that were driven from the region at the hands of the Ottomans. He survived by surrendering to the Ottomans and sold his right to the throne in exchange for riches and security.
You may verify the amount, Tyler, but the money stays with me until I have seen the cargo for myself.
Why is he trading with the head of the Janissaries? What is the cargo? Manuel needs to assess its quality in the safety of the arsenal.
When you are satisfied, the cargo will be delivered to a location of your choosing.
I will have a map drawn up for you within the week.
Ezio must see the cargo for himself. To gain access to the armory, Ezio and the assassins stir up the discontent of the local populace, incite a riot,
push through,
and break through the gates. In the confusion, Ezio infiltrates the warehouse.
Finally, everything is falling into place.
Manuel is not content in being one of the richest men in the Empire. He has quietly resented the Ottomans for taking his birthright. As a Templar, the day he was hoping for is in sight. Is he the Grand Master of the Templars? It seems likely.
When the Paleologos line is restored, Manuel, do not forget who helped you bring it back.
Manuel is not the only person that feels wronged by the Ottomans. Shakulu supports Manuel in his aim. His family were killed at the hands of the Ottomans. He seeks revenge.
I'm satisfied. Take me to my ship.
The cargo is rifles, and they are to weaponize a Templar army to take the Ottoman throne. But where is this army? He must find out where the guns are destined. With Prince Suleiman's consent, he disguises himself as a Janissary, infiltrates their barracks, finds the tent of Tariq Barleti and finds out where the guns are heading, the location of the Byzantine army.
The rifles have arrived in Cappadocia, where Manuel has garrisoned his army.
Ezio has the location, but the Templar Tarik Barleti must die first. Except he's not a Templar. He was doing as Ezio is, seeking an end to the Byzantine threat of the Ottoman Empire.
I was preparing an ambush, preparing to strike the Byzantine Templars where they felt safest. Protect my homeland, assassin.
An innocent man is dead. Ezio leaves with the location of the army and the knowledge that Tarik had spies inside the city of Cappadocia. He must go there. It's not only his duty to stem the Templars' rise to power at every turn, but it might give further clues as to the location of the Masyaf key held by the Templars. He reports to Prince Suleiman.
He was loyal to your grandfather to the end, and through his efforts, we have the means to save your city.
I will arrange a ship to take you.
His uncle, Prince Achmet, arrives.
Suleiman, I have been set up. It is no secret that he and I were at odds. Forgive me, nephew. I was not aware that you had a guest.
This is Marcello, one of my European advisors in Cafe.
Buonasera.
With his identity protected, Ezio leaves. He has things to attend to before he departs by boat to Cappadocia. His other new friend in the city has discerned the map enough for Ezio to source Niccolo Polo's hidden books. Within them are marked the location of other hidden tombs. Exploring the depths of those proved complex, but fruitful, as Ezio emerged from each with a total of 3 more keys. Despite their success, Ezio is saddened that their search for the keys has come to an end. He spent many hours with Sophia discerning the map, as well as discussing literature and geography and history and all the passions that they both shared an interest. Ezio's ardour for the female form had been tempered over the years. Partly his age, partly his learned respect for women, partly his focus on the cause, but mostly due to the pain of loss he has faced in his life. He could not protect his first love, Cristina Vespucci, when he was drawn into the Brotherhood. He could not be there for her during Savonarola's sack of Florence when she died in his arms. Later, his guarded heart would be captured by Caterina Sforza, but again, the struggle would trump any chance of a quiet, happy existence. He was married to the cause, and anyone he got close to would be at risk by mere association with him. Despite this, Ezio cared deeply for Sophia, and that care was returned. Before his voyage, Sophia arranges a picnic.
I wanted to thank you for letting me play a small role in your adventure.
A small role is enough for this adventure, believe me.
You are a mystery, Ezio Auditore.
I will explain one day, Sophia, when I can.
He can't place her in danger any more than he already has. Together they have found 3 more keys. Before he leaves for Cappadocia, Ezio, and by design Desmond, learns more of the life of Altair. After Altair had disarmed the corrupt Al-Mualim of the Apple, there was acute confusion. The assassins, the city of Masyaf, were woken from the spell cast by the Piece of Eden in their mentor's charge. Altair was in no doubt what he had to do.
Altair! No!
I must know that he cannot return.
But this is not our way!
Abbas leads the chorus of discontent.
All your life, you have made a mockery of our creed. You bend the rules to suit your whims.
In the melee, Abbas takes and wields the apple.
Abbas! Stop! What did you think would happen when you murdered our beloved mentor?
Abbas is not steered by principles or love of Al-Mualim. He is guided by pain, by hate. Hate for Altair over his father's death. His father, Achmet, died when he was a child. Al-Mualim kept the truth from Abbas, but it was suicide. Shamed by his betrayal of Umar, Altair's father, Achmet cut his own throat in front of Altair. He kept it a secret as long as he could, but told his friend Abbas of his father's suicide in the end. Having been fed a different story by Al-Mualim, Abbas could not discern the truth. Their friendship was fractured, and the mystery ate a piece of Abbas every day since.
My father was a hero! Whatever this artifact is capable of, you are not worthy to wield it! No man is!
Abbas felt its power, its mystery, but he could not contain it. Altair could.
Forgive me. I did not know. Have you anything to teach us? Or would you lead us all to ruin?
Altair would forgive Abbas and those that stood for Al-Mualim and take charge of the assassins. As mentor, the assassin and its creed would find new strength and a singular focus to fight for liberty in their region and beyond. He also sought to learn from the apple and apply its teachings where he could. He would marry Maria, a woman whose life he once had in his hands. They had children, Darim and Seth. With the threat of the Mongols in the east approaching, Altair elected to leave the order, now stronger than ever, and attend to this threat with his wife and son, Darim. In their absence, Abbas took control of the order and killed their son, Seth. Altair and Maria return to Masyaf and prepare to confront Abbas.
He executed our youngest son, Maria. He deserves to die.
Resist your desire for revenge, Altair. Speak truth, and they will see their error.
They have every reason to strike with vengeance, but the strength of the order transcends their pain.
When we left Masyaf 10 years ago, this order was strong. But all our progress has been undone.
They arrive in the gardens of Masyaf Castle.
You have held that artifact for 30 years, reveling in its power and hoarding its secrets. Surrender the apple, Altair, and I will tell you why your son was put to death.
Very well, Abbas. Take it.
Before I executed your son, I told him you ordered it yourself.
There are some things reason cannot overcome.
Strength, Altair.
But passion in place of reason has meant the loss of his wife as well as his son. Altair has no choice but to flee with his last remaining son, Darim.
My love.
For 20 years, Altair stays away. He mourns and he turns to the apple to learn and understand, fabricate its technology. All this time, the Brotherhood slips further and further into decline. In 1247, aged 81, Altair returns to take back the Brotherhood. Abbas has maddened himself with hatred.
It is not our place to judge. If our master has gone mad, I would like to know.
Altair knows he has allies. He had many from his legend alone, but Abbas has delivered him the rest. As Altair approaches the castle, some confront, some step aside, most rally to his aid.
What are you waiting for? He has bewitched you! You have wasted your life staring into that apple!
I learned many things from the apple, of the past and the future. Let me show you.
With Masyaf reclaimed, Altair will set about rebuilding the order, restoring it to how he left it and using his years of wisdom to improve it further still.
The assassins were his life, from beginning to end. He had no other.
Ezio arrived in Cappadocia, a city carved into the hills, a bustling populace controlled by Byzantines. He was there to investigate the extent of the Templar army, their hierarchy, and their plans. First, he would seek out Tarek's people, installed to learn more. They had been found out, captured, and systematically tortured by the sadistic masked man, Shakulu. Ezio must disable this Templar army. He infiltrates the armory, blows up the munitions, and draws out the Byzantine Templar, Manuel Palaiologos.
We fight to restore peace to this troubled land.
Templars are always quick to talk of peace, but very slow to concede power. Your dream dies with you, Manuel. Your empire is gone.
But I am not the only one with this vision, assassin. All Templars are part of the same family.
I am here for the Masyaf key.
Ezio has the final key, the key to open the library. Altair's font of wisdom and the Grand Master of the Byzantine Templars is dead. Except he wasn't their leader, merely a cog in the wheel. Another topped the Templars' hierarchy.
Poor Manuel, last of the Palaiologi. I should not have put him in charge of our Masyaf expedition.
Prince Achmet.
You disappoint me, Ahmed. Why the Templars?
Because I am tired of all of these pointless blood feuds that pit father against son, brother against brother. To achieve true peace, mankind must think and move as one body. The secrets in the Grand Temple will give us just that, and Altair will lead us there. I am here for the Masyaf keys. Perhaps I should ask someone who knows better. Sophia Sartor.
She knows nothing! Leave her be!
We shall see.
Achmet turns his boat and heads to Constantinople to capture Sophia hostage. As Ezio suffers the boat journey home with impatience, he takes this time to view the fifth and final Masyaf key. It is 1257, and Altair is 92. The Mongols are advancing quickly from the east, and a recent inductee in the order, Niccolo Polo, is being given a vital task: to guard his codex, his life's work, so that he may propagate the wisdom establishing guilds throughout the world, the first of which, Constantinople.
We are ready. A last favor, Niccolo.
He also gave him the 5 Masyaf keys,
Each one imbued with a message.
A message for whom?
I wish I knew.
Ezio did know. But he must see Sophia safe. He arrives at the bookshop. Before leaving for Cappadocia, Ezio asked that Yusef keep an eye on Sophia while he was gone. Sophia was not there, but the bodies of Byzantine Templars and the body of his new friend Yusuf Tazim was.
Brothers, sisters, the whole city rises against us, while Yusuf's murderer waits and watches from the arsenal. Fight with me, and show him what it means to cross the assassins.
Ezio and the assassins enter the arsenal once more and find Achmet, but he cannot kill him. He has Sophia.
Bring the seals to Galata Tower when you are ready, and Sophia will be spared. My brother's army will be here soon, Ezio. After that, everything changes.
Prince Suleiman is there to hear his uncle's secret. Achmet follows the Templar order.
The world is a tapestry of many colors and patterns. A just leader would celebrate this, not seek to unravel it.
He fears the disorder that comes from difference.
Spare my uncle if you can.
Would your father?
No.
Ezio has the keys. He could head to Masyaf now and open the library, but there is no question of doing that yet. He must save Sophia. He heads to Galata Tower.
Now, the keys.
First, the girl.
She's all yours.
Sophia!
Ezio has no choice. He relinquishes the Masyaf keys, climbs the tower, but it's a trick. Sophia hangs below, close to death. He must be quick.
I did not mean to drag you into this. I'm sorry, but I need to recover what they have taken.
I do not understand what is happening. Ezio, who are these men?
Run!
As Achmet leaves the city with the keys en route to the library, Ezio and Maria give chase. The Masyaf keys.
So what now, Ezio? How does this end?
I am wondering that myself.
Arriving back from the conflict with the Sultan, Achmet's brother Selim has claimed the throne for himself.
Where is he? Where is the Sultan?
He stands before you, brother. Father made his choice. I am Selim, Suleiman's father. Were it not for his endorsement, I would have you killed where you stand. Leave this place. Do not return.
This is not your fight.
But where does one end and the next begin?
Back in 1506, in Rome, Ezio Auditore and his friend Leonardo da Vinci entered the Pythagorean vault and activated a pedestal. What they saw was not understood by either of them. Ezio was used to this. But back in 2012, the assassins knew them to be coordinates to a location. The assassins were now on their way there.
Bill! Good to see you. I hope you have something for us. Absolutely. Passports and papers for everyone.
This is crazy. Desmond's brain is lighting up like a string of firecrackers.
Here it comes.
What is that?
Desmond's time in this partition of the Animus is coming to an end. He is nearing complete synchronization on the memories he needs to complete the SYNCH NEXUS, and this test program that has kept him safe is collapsing. and with it, the consciousness that has done most to keep Desmond alive. Subject 16. He has a name, Clay Kaczmarek. Unlike Desmond, he was not born into the Order. His parents weren't assassins. He was recruited, trained, covertly installed into Abstergo by this voice, William.
Break into Abstergo, gather the intel and get out. Prove yourself, novice, and you will be one of us.
And when done, he would be extracted by Lucy Stillman.
Now Lucy will get you direct access to the Animus at night, and once you have enough information, she'll get you out.
But Clay was not extracted. He knew too much. He was allowed to succumb to the bleeding effect by extended periods in the Animus, until one day he stayed there, installing his consciousness permanently in the Animus, after which he took his own life. He knew about Lucy. He knew their plan.
If our experiments with Desmond and the Animus aren't going well, you will remove him from Abstergo. Take him somewhere he will feel comfortable divulging his secrets. Desmond will lead you to the Apple, and then you bring it right to us. You have served the Templar Order well.
Lucy died at the hands of the Apple because she was instructed to take it to the Templars. At heart, it appeared she was a Templar. Had her time with the assassins shifted this allegiance? A question that can now never be answered. As Clay Kaczmarek submitted his consciousness to the Animus, he was given his final task by Juno to make sure Desmond survives.
Your eyes are now open. Help Desmond Miles.
I will.
As the test program collapses, his final act is to do just that.
What are you doing? I'm saving you, idiot! Go!
Back into the Animus, on the cusp of achieving his sync nexus to experience one last memory. Ezio had been fighting for over 30 years. Like Desmond, like Altair, he did not choose this life. It was thrust upon him. He's tired. He embarked on this journey from his homeland in search of truth, reasons for the ways of this world, and his place within it. What he found was love. Deepened further by the long road to Masyaf, Sophia choosing to stay by his side as he completed this journey with the keys to the library.
For 3 decades, I have served the memory of my father and my brothers. I do not regret those years, but it is time to live for myself and let them go.
Then let go. You will not fall far.
With the 5 keys, Ezio opens Altair's library, sealed shut for 300 years.
You had better come out of there alive.
I plan to.
Many shelves, but no books. Just a chair with a figure slumped within it.
Requiescat in pace, Altair.
Holding a 6th Masyaf key. Ezio is transported to the day the library was sealed.
Father, I do not understand. Why did you build a library if you did not intend to keep your books?
You should go. When the Mongols return, Masyaf must be empty. Go be with your family, and live well.
Masyaf is no longer home to the assassins, but sealed in this tomb, it will be the final resting place of Altair. In it, he will guard the apple for a day he will never see, to share secrets with a person he will never meet. He sits with his last recorded memory and waits.
Another artifact. I have seen enough for one life.
As it was when he met Minerva, he knows his purpose has not been to understand. His purpose was to reveal, and he senses this is his last revelation as an assassin. The apple is activated.
Desmond?
He's talking to me?
Who are we who have been so blessed to share our stories like this? To speak across centuries. Maybe you will be the one to make all this suffering worth something in the end. Now, listen.
Desmond has achieved his sync nexus.
Do you hear me, Cypher? Can you see me?
This is Jupiter. Like Minerva and Juno, he was one that came before. They are in a nexus of time, and he is here to illuminate Desmond on the work they did in the vaults trialing and testing methods to save the world.
Each false knowledge was transmitted to a single place.
The Grand Temple, where they tested the most promising methods.
But none worked. And then the world ended.
Desmond would see the world as it was during their time. He saw the solar catastrophe eviscerate everyone and everything save a handful of humanity and even less of Jupiter's kind. But they worked together to rebuild and to renew. But what of the impending catastrophe prophesied by Minerva?
Listen, you must go there. Take my words. Pass them from your head into your hands. That is how you will open the way.
The assassins have travelled far, to the coordinates that Ezio showed them, to that place on Jupiter's globe, to the east coast of America.
Wait, look, his vitals are stabilizing.
He hears that voice again, that voice he knows so well.
Desmond, can you hear me? Son?
I know what we need to do.
Desmond's purpose is still in motion, here at the entrance to the Grand Temple, but his time with Ezio has come to an end. He has nothing left to show him. Ezio lived the remainder of his years in the Tuscan countryside, healing the pain he endured, reflecting on the lessons he had learnt, and growing the family he started with Sophia. He found love, contentment, and finally, peace. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, leave a like, subscribe and hit the bell to be informed of the next instalment of the series, and if you would like to support the work that goes into the series, you can make a contribution via Ko-fi, or become a monthly channel supporter via Patreon, where you can receive advanced access 7 days before everyone else, of all videos, ad-free. And if you would like to watch me discover this game, as I take a blind journey through the entire Assassin's Creed series, you can do so on my Let's Play playlist in the description below and the card above now. Watch this video next, support me here, and thank you to all the people on the screen now that make videos like this possible. I'm the Patient Wolf, and this has been the story of Assassin's Creed Revelations.